What if there would be a Demonlist dedicated to tiny levels? Only levels under the length of 10 seconds? That would be absolutely insane. But if we think about it, also pretty cool. Because just imagine the difficulty a level has to possess to be the hardest verified 9-second level in Geometry Dash. Well, thanks to EpicGD, you don't have to imagine that at all, because he created the tiny Demonlist. But today I won't discuss the history of the list itself. Today I will tell you about every top 1 the tiny Demonlist has ever seen. But there's a catch. Hackers won't only attack the biggest Geometry Dash lists. The first level, so automatically top 1 on the list, was a level called Lavender Destroyed. It was made by the list's creator Epic and verified by WVSP. By now, it isn't even on the main list anymore. It's on the extended list on spot 108. But back when it was a top 1, it actually took less than 2 days until a next harder level got uploaded to the list called Fast-Paced Death 3. It got made by Cedra and verified by Fred Bylon. After I asked Fred how many attempts he had, he showed me a picture of his attempt count being on 0. For some reason, the attempts and the progress didn't save. This level doesn't look hard, but trust me, although it's only top 90 on the list right now, it's still very hard. But a tragedy occurred. The level wasn't even a full day the top 1 hardest level, because a level that was way harder than Fast-Paced Death got released and was placed instantly at top 1. FML. It's a top 1 level created by Epic himself, and it got verified by a user named Spacer. It was way harder than Fast-Paced Death and would be top 1 for a very long time. Maybe even forever. Or at least we thought so. But again, it wasn't a top 1 for long. A day after, Squares the player, or in Discord SpaceUK, which fits the story perfectly by the way, verified a top 1 that couldn't be beaten so fast. Zoink Never Clear V2. It was a 3x speed 1 block gap wave level in a 9 circle style. But again, there were many suspicious things. He clearly had mega hack, you can see that at the wave trail, that changes the color and the little text in the corners, but there's no gene indicator. There was a theory that he used D blocks for the completions, but after it wasn't top 1 anymore, no one cared about it. Until now. I asked him about it and he told me that he used no clip and speed hack to make the video. He also said that he didn't use mega hack. He is on Mac, so he downloaded an extra mod for Mac users called Crystal Client. The colorful wave trail is also another mod called Gay Wave Trails on Geode. For the audio, he just clicked with his mouse while the sped up completion was playing. I also asked him why he did it. He said that it just did it for fun. But like every hacked top 1 on the tiny Demonlist, it didn't last for long. It was a top 1 for less than 1 day until it got taken down again. So FML was top 1 again. But even though it's a very hard level, it got a rival. Putra. A sync layout made and verified by VooBu. But luckily for Spacer, it was only placed on spot number 2, so FML was still top 1. But VooBu wouldn't let that slide and extended his level and verified it again. He built, buffed and verified it in only 2 days and 3,123 attempts. What is absolutely insane. VooBu's placement opinion was 1, so there it was, the new top 1 of the list. But VooBu wasn't done there. He made a new, even harder level called PooBot. It's a memory top 1 with extreme gameplay that looked impossible. But again, after only 2 days he built and verified it. He also had only 3,113 attempts for it, which is insane for the difficulty that level has. He dethroned his own top 1 which was top 1 for only 9 days, but there was never a top 1 for so long until then. VooBu clearly didn't need a buff to be a top 1. In fact, it was so hard that it was the top 1 for over 2 entire weeks. Remember when I said that FML will be a top 1 for very long? Now it's only top 3. Or is it? Not long after VooBu got verified, people started looking at the verification of FML, and many things started to get questionable. He had no cheat indicator, which he explained with the fact that he doesn't have any hacks or mods. But he also had no clicks, he did it in 1 attempt, and he said that he did it in 536 attempts, but then corrected himself that he had 1536 attempts. The completion video also doesn't start at 0%. He also had a modded menu, so he had at least 1 mod. So it turned out that FML was hacked the entire time. After it came out that Spacer is a hacker, he vanished and was never to be seen again on the tiny Demonlist Discord server. But something almost magically happened. I wanted to ask Bylon about fast-paced death when he told me that Spacer, the hacker of FML, is his younger brother. This was a great opportunity to ask him about FML, because his profile got deleted, and because of that I could never ask him why or how he hacked the level. But when I asked him, he swore that he didn't hack it, and he just vanished because he had wrist pain. After all this drama with FML, the top player of the list, tFluffy, had enough. He took the level and started grinding it. Because he's literally the top 1 player of the tiny Demonlist, he only had around 3 hours and only 1519 attempts, and he already verified it. The legit verification of FML was top 1 for 13 days. But this isn't over yet. A player named Cinasek verified yet another top 1 for the list, Skibidi Toilet Lore. It's a buffed and redecorated version of the challenge Funk God. Funk God is a level on GDSR wave, what is kind of a Geometry Dash wave school with very hard wave challenges on it. He had 2 hours to redecorate and another hour to verify. So with those informations, you would say that VooBu or FML is harder. And it is. Epic told me that Skibidi Toilet Lore is easier than FML, so Skibidi Toilet Lore kinda stole the new record of the level that was on the top 1 for the longest. And now, the top 1 right now is an absolutely insane level by Llqne called Dance. It's a mini-wave sync level. The level has 30 clicks. Guess now how many frame perfects the level has. "30. Every single click of the level is a frame perfect. In fact, it's so hard that it was the top 60 level on the challenge list once. Llqne had around 37,000 attempts and approximately 1 month until he beat the level. The level has no victor, and to be honest, I don't think that this level will be dethroned in a short time. I think the level will stay at number 1 for at least a month." So, I hope you enjoyed this video. It took over 10 hours to get the informations and to write the script. It also took about another 3 hours to record the audio and edit the video. Special thanks go to Epic, SpaceUK, tFluffy, Llqne, Cinasek, VooBu, Bylon, and Spacer for answering my questions to their levels.